We live in Brooklyn, baby. We live in Brooklyn, baby.
Hello, folks.
Hello there.
Welcome back to Insanity Check. I am Ken. This is
Skillet Sauce.
And it's a blazing hot. Well, actually, I don't know what the hell day you guys watching this shit, but while we're taping right now,
Yeah.
it's a nice hot sunny day.
Finally, the weather has it's basically stabilized for a few days. This is where it's supposed to be. I know a lot of people are like, holy smokes, it's hot today, but you know, we're in May. It should be in the upper 70s, early 80s, and so that's what we have. We have a day today of this recording is about 84 degrees, which is good.
Woohoo! So obviously, one of the big topic going on in America today, the world. Anyway, finally, it was the 17th black guy who had to get fucking killed by the police. Finally, this one took. It only took 17 reported in this span of time.
Well, I mean,
not the hundreds that's been getting fucking murdered by the pigs decade after decade after decade. No, just this span of time is basically like around a calendar year, roughly, from last year with the cat who got blasted into Walmart to
the guy that got shot in the back running away with the taser, the fake. Oh, he tried to take my taser. Don't forget that.
Well, that was recent. I'm talking about
that's recent. Yeah.
Back.
Oh yeah.
So last year, the St. Louis shit.
There was that kid in Brooklyn, Utica Avenue, near Utica and Church.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, like I said, about 13 to 17 cat unarmed black dudes had to get murdered by the cops before they were like, oh shit, wow, that wasn't right.
And we're just talking about the men, because there's been a couple of ladies that got that girl that got shot in front of the club with her cell phone, and she got shot through the back of her head, and that guy got completely exonerated, and that's where I'm going to go with this.
But yeah, we're talking about Baltimore now. We're talking about what's his name?
Freddie Gray, the guy that we talked about on the show. Where I said they were giving him the tombstone power driver and the Ken Patera swinging net breaker and all kind of shit in the back of the paddy wagon. Broke procedure, didn't chain him down, so he was unsecured back there, and somehow he broke.
Yeah. So eventually, what happened was another foot chase. They caught this dude. Cuffed him and stuffed him, but didn't secure him. Put him in the back of the paddy wagon van. It wasn't a police car; it was a van. Okay. He seemed to be alive and relatively. Oh no, he was actually complaining that he had asthma and that he couldn't breathe. I believe this was the famous "fuck your breathing."
No. That was another one. That was another one. That was. See, I said you don't know how many motherfuckers been getting killed.
Oh yeah.
That was the one with the stupid auxiliary police officer.
Oh right.
That
right. The old 70-year-old dude who thought he was doing a Fruitvale station.
Yeah.
Pull out his taser and ended up pulling out his gun.
Because of course when you got like 400 pounds in the middle of your back and your arms bent behind you, you still need some high voltage.
Right. Well, when you're a Negro.
Oh, of course. But no, this dude.
So anyway, but this guy was complaining about his breath, that he had asthma. Anyway, went into the van, came out of the van limp, with his neck broken.
And they tried a whole bunch of hokum and nonsense about saying that there was another inmate in there that said that Freddie Gray wanted to kill himself. It's amazing how we all of a sudden, to fit their narrative, want to do a lot of stupid shit.
Yeah, just like that show we did back at our old location, where a homeboy was handcuffed, hands behind his back.
Oh, and decided to try and shoot himself?
Right. Decided to.
Oh, yeah,
he managed to somehow fucking shoot himself. He managed to somehow use a gun that he had on him after they patted him down.
Yeah.
And after they handcuffed him and put it in the back of a fucking police car, somehow
he had it between his butt cheeks or something.
He reached into the fucking sixth dimension pull out a fucking gun and was able to shoot himself.
Yeah, from his hands behind him. Yeah, some real amazing Mr. Fantastic arm stretching shit took place. So this time, Mr. Gray was supposedly so bereaved
he was
that
a Walender. He was a flying Walender, a bastard flying Walender.
He was so bereaved that, oh man, I got knocked yet again, because he had gotten arrested before. Oh man, they caught me again. I just can't take it no more. I got to kill myself. I'm not going to try and beat the rap. I'm not going to try and say, you know what, let me get some legal counsel. I'm getting out of here, whatever. No, I must kill myself today. And I'm going to do it in the worst way possible by, rotating my head, a couple of like 200 degrees or something like that.
Some Linda Blair shit. Okay.
So, of course, they burned Baltimore down.
Yeah. So
Destroying
Baltimore
this
was,
fucking
which,
place.
and again, I will
Curfews,
say this.
everything.
I will say this again, as I've been saying on this show all the time. You black people are stupid. You black people are fucking stupid. Why, oh why, are you burning down? So I don't give a fuck if it's a white dude who owned the store in your neighborhood. Why are you doing that? Because whatever he was selling, you now don't have access to.
That's number one.
Okay. 2, for me anyway, this is my take on it. As I've been saying, it just so happened that this time around you caught the attention of people because, again, a full dozen of motherfuckers have been fucking taken out by the cops publicly, and it's been, dissected and looked over. So this time it happened to sort of kind of work. But you motherfuckers are stupid. If you're going to do this shit, have some balls and go, I believe I heard on the radio, 6 miles to next to your town, the rich whites are. They have a lot more shit. Oh, what are you going to say? They're too scared?
They're too scared, it's too stupid or whatever, because they would never do that. They have to always burn their own, but burn their own shit. I have no idea what that is, and then you complain that you don't have anything.
Right.
But I don't understand that. Also, there's been some reports, I don't know if they're real or not, of individuals who are plants within the riot movement doing like extracurricular burnings or some shit like that, to try and make the rioters look bad. I don't put it past them, but I mean, it's right now, it's just hyperbole. I don't know. There's also been a couple of other good developments, interesting developments. Did you see the black wall in front of the police? That photograph?
No.
Well, there was a photograph of a bunch of black men that wanted to protest the protest. They didn't want the riot because they were like, this is not going to solve anything. So what they decided to do was they didn't decide to pick up a microphone and say anything. They didn't decide to get like, billboards or something like that for themselves. What they did was they formed a line in front of the police officer and locked arms against the black people that was throwing stones at them. Now, I don't know how you feel about this, but I've said this a long time. I said, if there's ever a race war in this country, certain blacks got to go first. They just got to. Because to me, I didn't like that. My first gut instinct was you Tom and Sambo. Okay, I can understand you taking a position like, listen, you're destroying your own community. Don't do this. I completely understand that. But locking arms in harm's way in front of these fucking officers is it. We're not talking about walking, putting in front of like the old segregated school kids, and you're going to form a line in front of them. These particular officers have illustrated a pathology of killing people that look just like you. So if you think that once this riot and everything goes away and the streets are clean, and your black shuffling ass does something that one of these cops won't break your neck to, I don't understand what their mind state was. I mean, did they honestly think that they were going to be like, oh, look, we're here for you. We're willing to take rocks for you, so be kind to us? It's sort of like that shit that Common said. This is on that Common shit. That motherfucker Common, Mr. Conscious Common, said on some talk show, morning show, whatever the fuck, the way we could stop racism in this country was to basically show white people more love. Like, show love to them. I'm like, hilarious. So you're going to basically appeal to these people's, what, good nature? Please, you're reaping the benefits off of whatever system you've instituted, because we didn't put it here, okay, which basically has you high on a hog. You can, whenever you feel like going nigger hunting season, you can just blast one of us down. You got everything in your favor. So when we come and give you love, they're supposed to go, oh, yeah, you know, we feel bad. We're just going to change our way. What the fuck are you talking about?
What type of love?
I don't know what the fuck he meant, and that shit pissed me off, and so did this line of black coons in front of these officers.
So
they could have done it a different way.
I guess Martin Luther King was showing hate to the white man, which is why he got gunned down by a white man. Is that what was happening, Common? You fucking Jasper. Is that what happened? Hateful Martin Luther King. Is that why he got killed?
I was stunned. I'm thinking, did his publicist realize that he was going to say that shit? Was that something, you know, because he wants himself to be like, you know,
but again,
a person of the planet. So I know he's like, you know, just show, you know, love will conquer all. Yes, in an idealistic world, yes.
But that's the whole thing, though. This benefits him with who?
I don't know, because.
What do you mean you don't know? The motherfucking white people who's paying his
I
fucking
know that.
debts.
I know that.
And that's all it is. That's why he said this shit. Because if you really believe that shit, something's wrong with you.
Yeah, I really couldn't understand.
I mean,
what the fuck.
I would rather you go to fucking, you know, the Negro show with the morning show with them blacks or 105 or whatever the fuck, and say, yo, man, I'm just making sure that I stay in position of power. I don't believe that shit at all. Because at least then you'll sound smart.
Yeah, I mean,
or you know, you have some sense. Maybe you might sound two-faced, but at least I can believe you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because that shit, about showing them love. I'm like, that shit there rubbed me the wrong way, and so many. I really couldn't understand that the whole entire mentality of that. It just irked me. And then when I saw these guys standing unified in front of the police as a single frame, I said, there's so much wrong with that image to me. You know, you could still maintain your desire to not have us destroy our own neighborhoods, and if anything, soapbox off in the corner. Brother, stop it. Brother, you'll get on your do the Malcolm X. Get on your soapbox with the bullhorn. Stop it. You're only destroying your own. But standing literally in front to protect those that are paid to serve and protect you, but instead they kill you, and you will put your. Enough of that. So, these particular officers in this Freddie Gray case, by a female prosecutor, has been taken to task for their actions, at least initially. And I believe at the point of this reading, I believe, 5 of them are arrested? I'm not sure.
6.
6 of them have been arrested. I think this is, personally, my opinion. I don't know why. Because, listen, maybe it's me. Maybe, you know, I have an obtuse way of thinking. I don't know. I don't know, but to me, it seems to be that these deaths are so blatant and so conspicuous and obvious. It's almost like as if they want people to riot, as if they want people to fight, as if they want people to go up in arms.
I have the perfect example of why that's not true.
I mean, I hope it's not true, but I'm saying, what I'm just saying, it seems like that.
Right.
Because I believe.
But I'm saying, I can explain this. You know, we have a mutual friend, truck driving friend of ours, female.
Yes.
Okay. She sued Pepsi and Verizon, and I think then because but let's stick with Pepsi and Verizon. 2 fucking Fortune 500 multi-million. Blah, 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 blah. She told me like what they did. One was sexual discrimination. One was some shit she got hurt and then they were trying not to pay her while she was hurt. And at first I was like, you know, you're suing an awful lot of people. I don't know anyone else who engages in litigation as much as this chick. But then she tells me, well, first of all, she already won one case. Okay. But she tells me what these guys are doing. And I'm like, are you seriously for real? And like, because it was so blatantly racist. It was so blatantly sexist. I'm like, this can't be true. But then she said something that I was like, you know, you're right.
And what did she say?
She said, white people get away with this shit so much that now it's just like, oh, I can just do it and nothing's going to happen to me.
So Well, you know what? That may very well be the case. Because that was going to lead to my next point. This is a Charlie Brown's football, in my opinion. People about to fall for the okie doke. I don't think those officers are going to do a second of time in this particular case. I personally don't. I personally don't think they're going to. I think the other dude that shot the guy in the back, he just.
Hold on. I'll tell you why again. Why
because they saw it live. And they didn't see it live, but I mean, they recorded the whole thing and saw him lying. They heard him in real time, saying,
Did you hear what the charges were, though?
That was like manslaughter and
no.
There was one guy. There was
one shit that I had never heard before. Something about I'm paranoid. It's not exactly something, but something like a cold heart, some shit. And what it basically means is that if you cause, and I'm listening to NPR, and they specifically asked this legal person, does it have to be intentional? You're like, no. If you do something reckless enough to accidentally cause the person to be killed, you can go. That's as good as fucking manslaughter charge or second degree murder.
Once again, you know that, and I know.
But you know what? And mind you, what you're saying is entirely possible. Yeah, I guess in this case, I'm
caught motherfuckers with their whole body in the cookie jar before. Their whole entire body and put another motherfucker in the cookie jar. But still like,
but you know what it always is though? It's always, I felt my life was in danger. They can't use that here. Okay? Now, someone has to explain how a motherfucker in the back of a van gets his neck snapped in custody of the police.
Ken,
I hear what you're saying.
Everything you're saying is completely.
I guess maybe I'm fascinated to hear what lie.
See, that's what I'm saying. Because there's been, how many cases have there been where like, they got you now? I mean, it's on camera. They got you.
But
and you're on administrative leave or some garbage like that, not seeing 1 second of jail time.
But like I said, they always go back to the same thing, though. I felt my life was in danger. And we've been saying this on this show. That's been the fucking default line. You can do anything. You can flamethrow a black man.
Yeah.
All you have to say is that I felt my life was in danger. Okay, we got you. You're good. Walk on.
Well, you
can't use that here.
They're already locking horns and fortifying already the police department. So they was like, they're going to aggressively fight this.
Oh, of course they're going
to aggressively fight this. But
the motherfucker said they I forgot who it was. What the police commissioner said? Well, we don't see that anything was done wrong.
Of course, they don't think anything was done wrong.
I understand that, but how are you going to prove that shit?
We'll see. And what I'm saying is, all of this stuff that you just said, I'm pretty sure there's going to be tons of black people out there that say the same thing. There should be no way this time for you guys to get away. I believe they're going to get away somehow. How, I cannot tell you legally how they're going to do it, but I think when that happens, I really want to know how people are going to react because there was. I'm very curious as to how they're going to react.
Well, then let the brimstone fall.
Because the only thing that's going to take to stop this is obviously, I've said it several times in the show, and it's regrettable. It really is regrettable that I have to say something like this in 2015. You figure we'd be more evolved as humans. But no, it's going to take, acts of aggression and violence in order to stop these acts of aggression and violence. All this kumbaya and love, that's just not stopping. People are dying left, right, and center. It's not helping. And I think, like I said, I hope by some miracle some of these guys can throw us a bone and these guys can do some time. Hopefully one of these pigs will go inside and get their heads ripped in half or something terrible inside the pokey. That would be really good. But we never get those good jail justice stories when it comes to the pigs. But something's gonna have to happen. So I get sick. It's almost like a running joke, but it's not funny. I am tired of talking about these stories on the show.
That's what, most of the shit now.
I'm tired.
I literally would say like the last 3 or 4 months, people are like, yo, you heard that shit? No, what happened this time? I just can't care anymore. I can't because, of course, no one's listening to me. Yeah. When I implore you people, you dirty blacks, you people who have nothing to fucking live for, you gang members, you drug dealers, you fucking hitmen, all you motherfuckers, Google is here. Google knows everything. Yep. Find out who the fucking state officials are in these fucking cities. The mayor, the senators, the congressmen, the fucking, I don't give a fuck who it is.
Policymakers, whoever
Take
they are.
these motherfuckers out because
Literally.
they are the ones that are allowing this shit to happen.
And-
how many fucking ways do I have to say this
maybe
shit?
we need to get the Joker or somebody, some crazy character. I don't know. Because it's just tiring, man. I mean, I was looking at this, I'm not even going to read the story, but I just, hopefully when you hear it, you can look it up, and, maybe you can put the link down there, something like that. I'm just going to read the title. A judge just cleared a Chicago police detective of all wrongdoing after he shot unarmed Rakia Boyd in the back of the head. Officer Dante Servin fired into a group of unarmed people in 2012, fatally shooting Rakia and injuring another because he thought he saw a weapon that might have simply been a cell phone.
But
Okay,
again,
take your phone out the case.
but you just said it. You played into their hands.
I don't.
He thought he saw a gun, therefore he thought his life was in danger. Therefore, he is justified
This
to utilize deadly
is a
force
cell phone.
on whoever's a fucking round.
Most cell phones, by default, are dark. They do come in different color variants, white, gold, and stuff like that. And then the cases, obviously, my case is red, his case is silver. But if you decide to leave it clean and neat, the way you got it out of the package, most of them are like this. At night, this is going to promote everyone. I don't know anybody that doesn't have some form of cellular communication on their person. So having this at night is not that uncommon. Yet again, it always seems to befall people of color. We're the only ones that have these transforming cell phone guns, at night. You never see any white people coming out of clubs talking on their phones or having cell phones or having these types of phones. No. So this was just another story that we didn't, I don't even want to, I just read it because these are the things that we don't even cover because I'm tired. I'm tired of covering these. That's why we didn't discuss this, because I'm fed up and frustrated. So hopefully you will be right. And maybe when cops start doing hardcore time, they'll stop shooting blacks and breaking blacks' necks. They'll stop shoving over wheelchair-bound people of whatever color, because we've covered stories like that. The cops will stop being, dare I say, and I know they kind of like put this, for black people, but it's not exclusive to inner city blacks. The police will stop being thugs, because that's what they are.
Yeah.
They're bullies and they're thugs, and up until this point, they've been allowed to get away with it. And all these new body cams. The dude that got shot in his back, it was the way they know he got shot in the back was because of one of those chest cams. He's just as dead, and there's still no justice.
Before we transition to the Jason story, I just want to point out, I don't know if you people can see this, but do you see that liquid there on my phone?
God, motherfucker, please.
That's the sweat from this slime monster.
Listen, man, look.
Wow, how long was, rewind the video and count
man,
how
it's
long
hot in
that
here.
phone was it. I'm sorry, I don't see you sweating.
Oh, my fucking, I'm hot as fuck in here, but listen, man. Just because I got some sweat glands,
Christ.
listen, man, my hands are sweating. Fuck you, man. That's why my hands stay so sore. What are you doing?
Wiping your filth off my phone.
Look, man, listen. Look.
You got all your props over there. Don't keep your hands off my shit.
Yeah, oh, whatever, man.
Damn.
Oh, fuck you, man. Whatever, man.
We're trying to make it, baby.